Well, if Bobomilovic gave the Argos a talking to at halftime, I think it's paid off because they've come out flying. Terry Greer, Holloway, what a combination they've been.
Well, now let's see what the Saskatchewan Roughriders can do, because they were very impressive in that first half, moving the ball offensively. Michael Elarms, number 80, and Craig Ellis are back to receive this kickoff from Hank Olisic. Elarms falls down. The ball will go into the end zone. Or does it? They rule just outside the goal line. Let's just see. They rule it was just outside the goal line. So Saskatchewan is going to start at their 1-yard line, it appears. Well, now they rule that it was out right in the goal area.
Kind of looked like that one official thought that Elarms maybe touched the football, and that's why he was marking it out of bounds, but it'll be called a legal procedure, brought back, and Hank gets to do it over again.
Well, you're right. If he didn't touch it, of course, then the ball has gone out of bounds, and they're entitled to kick it over again. Here it is.
Illegal kickoff. Yeah. Toronto number 8.
Now, he was marking it because he was looking for some help from the other officials just to make sure that Michael Elarms didn't touch the football.
Well, you know, in comparison to last night's game where they had so many penalties in that Winnipeg-Hamilton contest, we've only had 5 here in the first half and a little bit of this one.
Boy, did that ever slow the game down. It just seemed to drag forever and ever.
Now, this has been a much better played game, though, Pat.
There's no doubt about that. Well, this one won't go out of bounds. Craig Ellis gives way to Michael Elarms at the 10. And he just flies right up the middle of the field and gets to the 34-yard line. Rod Harding, number 77, was first down to make the stop for Toronto. Well, we've still got lots and lots of time to go, but this is an important series, I would think, for Saskatchewan, because they've got to now answer that Toronto charge in the opening part of the third quarter.
Well, offensively, you know, you've had a good first half. You want to keep it going in the second half and get that first possession, at least march it down for a few first downs.
Pow for DeFrance. He very nearly made a miracle catch. He was falling as the ball just bounced off his hands. Dennis Clay was providing the defensive coverage, number 14.
Boy, how many times over Chris DeFrance's career have you seen him make these circus catches? I thought he was going to come up with that one, but just couldn't squeeze it.
So it's 2nd and 10, Saskatchewan. The ball is just inside their 35-yard line. Pow's pass is caught by Michael Elarms, and he was able to squeeze through for the first down, and we'll also have a face masking penalty. Bo Metcalf, 26, grabbed the face mask as he was riding him to the turf.
Now, Michael Elarms just does an excellent job working his way back to the quarterback. And you'll hear the call that face masking be attached to that game.
Toronto number 26. First down.
Well, you saw it. 26 is Bo Metcalf. He grabbed the face mask, and so the 15-yard penalty tacked on. Moves the ball now to the Toronto 48-yard line. We talked about Saskatchewan answering that Toronto drive. Well, they're doing it right now. Pow's pass is caught by Michael Collymore. And he's very close to the first down. Bo Metcalf was on him right away, but it was, again, good concentration by the wide receiver of that Saskatchewan club.
Puts all emotion to one side of the field, and he knows he's got one-on-one on the backside with Mike Collymore against Bo Metcalf. And Metcalf from Baylor University, you know, he was originally a third-round draft choice of the Pittsburgh Steelers, so you know he's got some talent.
A second cousin of former Toronto Argonaut Terry Metcalf. We've got a mix-up there as Ricky Ellis dives on the football. And strangely enough, no flags. I thought there was movement in that offensive line.
Well, people might say, well, he was a third-round draft choice. Why didn't he make it with Pittsburgh? Sometimes you're in the wrong place at the right time, and that was probably the case for Bo Metcalf from the Baylor Bears. Old friend of mine, Roger Goree, who I understand is going to come back for the reunion in Labor Day in Saskatchewan. He was a Baylor Bear.
2nd and 10, Saskatchewan. Quickly, they find Ricky Ellis over the middle. The ball comes loose, but they rule that Ellis was down at the time. Jan Carinci made the stop for Toronto.
Leads it to Ellis. Carinci made the stop.
We're going to have our first measurement of this ball game.
Measurement has been requested.
Well, they sure use Ellis a lot out of that backfield. Like to cross him over the middle and force Jan Carinci, the safety, to come up and play him.
It was funny watching Jake Ireland, the referee, signal for the sticks to come in. I don't know if you've noticed, but during the CFL this year, they moved the yardsticks from one sideline to the other at halftime. They were on the far side for the first half. Jake was signaling them to come in, but there was nobody there.
A lot of people at home might say, well, why in the heck would they move them from sideline to sideline? Well, it's as simple as this. In the first half, Saskatchewan has a real good look from their side of the field at the first down markers. Now, Toronto gets to have a good look in the second half, so they just try and equal it out when teams are on opposite sides of the field.
I hate it. I just seen they left them on the far side of the field. Everybody's got a spotter.
Because it makes your job a little tougher.
Everybody's got a spotter on the roof. So it's 3rd down and inches, and Saskatchewan will gamble once again. They gambled in the first half and were successful. Pow keeps it himself and has the first down as he reaches the 25-yard line.
Saskatchewan first down.
You know, a story that came out this week that didn't get too much play, really, but I think it's a very important one, is the Commissioner, Doug Mitchell, was down in the Maritimes looking over that area as the possibility for a 10th franchise. He said, we must look at Atlantic Canada. He was in the Halifax area, and I know you two fellows are in full agreement. It would just be a wonderful thing to get Canadian professional football in the Maritimes.
Well, they've been talking about it for some time. It'd be nice to see it come about. Pow is dropped for the first time tonight. The blitz was on by Don Moan, number 36. And the 4-year veteran from the University of British Columbia didn't miss his chance.
I remember when the commissioner took over last year, one of his main objectives, he said at the time, was to have the Canadian Football League from coast to coast.
I think it'll happen. Maybe not next year, but soon.
The loss was 4 yards at 2nd and 14. We've played 5.5 minutes of this third quarter. Pow's throw is caught by Michael Elarms at about the 17-yard line. Now he'll be short of the first down. There is a marker on the field, however. Holding against Saskatchewan.
Well, the play took so long to develop. Initially, he was in first down territory, but he had to work back to the quarterback, and that kept him a couple of yards short.
Holding. Saskatchewan number 44. 2nd down repeated.
That's your old pal Roger Aldag, the left offensive guard.
Now, you see at the top of your screen, he's on James Curry, and that's going to be a tough assignment. Gives him the hammer lock and throws him to the ground. That's an excellent call.
It's 2nd down, 24 yards to go for the first down. Pow throws complete to Ricky Ellis at the 20-yard line. Now, he'll be well short of the first down, but it certainly makes it an easier field goal attempt for David Ridgway. Raisley and Jan Carinci were in there to make the stop.
Check with our statistician, Bob Layton, to see how many catches Ellis has had on the night. 5 catches. Well, it's not surprising. 91 last year. In fact, he set a new Rough Rider mark of 2,600 yards in total offense. Now, that includes pass receiving, rushing, returning, kickoffs, everything.
What a year that is.
It's an all-round performer. To think Calgary released him, and all Regina had to do was pick him up as a free agent.
The field goal by Ridgway is good. And so the Saskatchewan Roughriders have increased their lead to 6 points. Saskatchewan 20, Toronto 14. We'll be back in a moment. bringing you Live Aid, a 3-hour special starring the best in the music business. It's an international fundraiser for hunger victims in Africa. It's at 8 o'clock Eastern Time.
I still get goosebumps when I hear Tears Are Not Enough and We Are the World, those two songs. Oh.
You'll hear them tomorrow night. Toronto starting from their 35-yard line. Holloway could find no one open and is dropped as he gets back to the line of scrimmage. Shows you the kind of football game we've had, though. Toronto took the opening second half kickoff, went down and scored. Saskatchewan came right back and got points of their own.
It's been a great game. It's been indicative of the 1985 season so far. We had the opportunity to just do regionally the Montreal-Calgary game on Wednesday night, and that was a darn good football game as well.
Boy, Joe Galat's defense, to me, is really the strong point of that club, and the offense is, I'm sure, will get better with each passing game. Holloway's pass is complete to Kerry Taylor, but he will not get the first down as that swarming defense led by James Reed, number 57, was there to contain him to a gain of 5.
You're going to see a very interesting game next week in Saskatchewan and on Friday night CTV football as well, because it's those Montreal Concords you were talking about that'll be playing the Roughriders, and I think it'll be a whale of a matchup.
And let me just explain something about Montreal's name. The name is Concords. It is not plural in French because there is no word in French, Concord. So the plural of that team is Montreal Concords. A high punt by Olisic that Stu Fraser bobbled momentarily and was able to bring it down and get to the 41, but there is a marker on the field.
Stu Fraser returned the punt. There's a flag down.
Holding against Saskatchewan. Now, I assume it came on the punt return. And so they'll march it back into Saskatchewan territory, but the Roughriders will maintain possession. Well, it's going to be against Scott Rettle.
Holding Saskatchewan number 68. First down.
Now they changed it to 68, Laurie Skolrud. I heard one of the Saskatchewan players say, we don't even have the 69. Poor Scott won't like that. It's first down, Saskatchewan from their 24. This is Craig Ellis trying to get outside, but Dennis Clay wouldn't let him do so. He just shut down the corner, and there was no room for Ellis to go.
Boy, at 5'10" and 180, he hit like a 200-pounder on that play. Originally, with the Edmonton Eskimos, he came over to the Argonauts last season and has also been a pleasant surprise for them. Really solidified that inside safety spot for them. He and Carl Brazy, they're two good guys on that side.
Clay had an interception last week in that Edmonton game. It's his second year with Toronto from the University of Oregon. Pow down the middle to DeFrance, and he was just drilled by Carinci. Don't feel bad about that one, Chris.
I don't think he hurt him. That was a great throw by Joe Pow, but I tell you what, Carinci's seen that play about 6 times tonight because Elgaard's caught a few, and so has DeFrance, and he finally timed this one perfectly. That's why they knew eventually when he gets the experience, he's going to be a darn good middle safety. He's not aggressive, is he? Watch him return punts and patrol that area in the middle back there. He's going to be a good one.
Leshuk gets the punt away, and this will be Carinci again from the 48. And he gets into Saskatchewan territory at the 50-yard line. So the Argos will be in excellent field position when we come back, but they trail Saskatchewan 20-14. If you want to help us select the offensive game stars for Carly O'Keefe there, the phone numbers to call, we have listed Ray Elgaard, Joe Pow, and Kerry Taylor. If you want to vote for Elgaard, it's 1-900-720-2661. There is a 50-cent service charge.
We're going to add another name to that list as this game develops and give you 4 to choose from.
Toronto starting at the Saskatchewan 51-yard line. Holloway over the middle to Paul Pearson. He's got it. And Pearson is inside the Saskatchewan 30 to about the 29. 21-yard pickup by Paul Pearson on his third reception of the night.
They flood three receivers to the wide side of the field. This looks like the pattern you defensive backs see a million times where Pearson will break to the sideline. This time he breaks it back over the